the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, because tonight we are here at the iRacing Superspeedway as the OP Racing Premier Superspeedway Series is here to entertain your eye holes once again. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I am ready to bring you some racing action. We were off last Monday night for Labor Day, holiday, and we are ready to get rolling again with the season. What has happened in that time away? And if everyone remembers, the racing was very intense 2 weeks ago on Monday night, coming to the checkered flag. Penalties were assessed, things happened, and drivers had their say whether they liked it or not. But here we are, ready to rock and roll again on a Monday night, and it is going to be a wild one here at iRacing Superspeedway. So hold on to your hats, because this one is going to be wild. Travis Elliott checking in, Liberty Fires checking in, and someone I'm not too interested in talking to. So we'll see. We'll see if we even want to talk about the driver of the 12 machine qualifying. Getting ready to roll out here tonight. So we're going to get right into this. Several cars starting to make their way out onto the track. One of the first ones, that is the 24 of Tyler Miller. He begins that climb in speed to try and lay down his qualifying time. Liberty asking if what about me? What about me, Liberty? I like long walks on the beach. I'd hold your hand, but gets kind of slimy, especially with all the blood, because usually if I'm on the beach, it's dark, I'm trying to bury your body, stuff like that. So Tyler Miller in the 24 onto the front stretch to begin his first timed lap. This iRacing Superspeedway has no restrictions on it, no restrictor plate. Everyone will be running wide open, and Miller sails it off at 220 plus miles an hour into turn 1. Randall Cobb in the 52, making his way into the turn 1 to lay down his qualifying time. Buck Wild racing on the hood of that 52 machine. The 04 of Mark Mann in the Batmobile as he begins his timed lap. We're going to get an early one in. This one, for no particular reason, is cracked open for the 04 of Mark Mann, inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, or season. So Mark, another cold one for you. That's good. It's good. All right, times are rolling in, so let's look at our qualifying times as they start trickling in. Right now, Gabe Butler in the 88 on pole with a 47.28. Randall Cobb right behind him Then Peter DeBorgia into third, but the 04 Mark Mann gonna cross the start finish line, moves up into fourth place. James Mayer in the 95. Right now his time is scored in ninth. Mark Vega in the 18, finding himself in 15th spot. My opinion on the penalties and whatnot is unimportant and uninformed, so I can't give you a very good opinion. I will say I felt that was some hard racing by Logan Helton, and he was doing exactly what he needed to do to win the race. And it was a heck of a finish, and I was glad I was there to get to call that kind of a race. That's about as much of an opinion as I have. But the driver of the 63 is facing an EOL penalty to start this race because of our last race altercations, and his win has been encumbered, meaning he's credited with the win, but it does not have him locked into the playoffs. So the 63 is going to be coming back hungry, and he's showing it right there as he qualifies second, right behind Gabe Butler. Cody Ober in the 8 machine. On his qualifying lap, so far 18 cars have taken a qualifying time. With 18 cars qualifying, we still have about 12 drivers who have not qualified. Several of them are out on the track getting up to speed. Dave Hunt in the 53. Down on that yellow line, he's going to cross the start-finish line. And Dave Hunt is going to jump up into 16th spot. Always bet on black, the 33 of Jeff Crosby. Looking to make his lap, his mark on the qualifying time sheet. Crosby working down the backstretch here. So Crosby in the 33. Gonna jump up into 15th spot. Always a threat to put it on pole. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds has a 47.28 to beat. And the 26 gonna cross the start finish line, and he gets it done with a 47.28. That one going into the thousandths of a second to be split. So a very close qualifying time for pole position, but Hunter Reynolds just enough to put himself on pole. Robert Payne in the 3, now the only car on that track. Payne going to qualify in 24th with his effort. He begins to shut it down. So the 3 puts it into easy mode. And the track is going to go quiet as no one else is out on the speedway. So we do have a moment here. I'll go ahead and pull this back up. And according to OP Racing Superspeedway Cup, in one of the posts that they made, Logan Helton was declared the winner. But over on Dan Lisa, if we go there, Peter DeBorgia is listed as the winner for the race. So, conflicting reports, maybe one not as up to date as the other. So I'm not sure how that is ruled, but I can tell you that the win was considered encumbered, and Peter DeBorgia is not locked in, as well as Logan Helton. So both those drivers going to come out swinging, I'm sure, to try and get themselves locked in here tonight. This is the 8th race of the season. We have had 7 different winners. Not a repeat winner yet in this season, so we'll see if that trend is going to continue. Want to thank everyone for chiming in over on YouTube. Thank you guys for being active. It keeps me entertained. I hope we have a very eventful race here tonight and look forward to talking with you all as this race goes on. But for the moment, please join me in honoring this nation as we play the national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are taking to the grid. That can only mean a couple of things. One of them being we're getting ready to go racing. Who doesn't love a good race? The other thing being it's time to go through tonight's starting lineup. So let's roll right into it. On pole with a 47.282, Hunter Reynolds from Fuel Sim Racing in the 26 machine. Gabe Butler from Meteor Racing into the 10,000ths of a second. 0.000 on this qualifying effort. Those two drivers got all they could out of their car and the track. How about that for the front row? Pretty much a dead even split right there. Logan Helton on the inside of row number 2, and on his outside from Buck Wild Racing, Randall Cobb in the 52. Row 3 will be Peter DeBorgia and Mark Mann. Row 4, Josh Milam and Derek Conley. Row number 5 going to be Zach Fritsch and Tyler Miller. Row 6 will be Robert Duvendak and James Mayer. Row number 7 will be Eric Laurie and Cody Ober. Row 8, David Booth and Jeffrey Crosby. Row 9, Les Levy and Daniel Holloway. Row 10, Dave Hunt, Bob Lacavera. Row number 11, Mark Vega and David Overstreet. Row number 12 will be Alex Green and Robert Payne. Row number 13 going to be Rick Seabrands and Sean Stevens. These drivers from here on out did not take a qualifying time. Row 14, Chris McCullough and Will Weber. Row 15 will be Jimmy Reynolds and Adam Evans. And finally, Robert Dumendak did not make it to the grid. We'll see what's going on with Robert Dumendak and see if he can make it out there. So Doobie in the 99, missing the call to the grid. Not sure what has happened to the 99. He is sitting on pit road for his delayed start. And the rest of our drivers are up and ready to go. Here we go for another Monday night. Race number 8 is underway. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and the 52 of Randall Cobb both get a great start. Gabe Butler serving an EOL in the 52, dropping down to the inside. So Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing jumping to the early lead. Hunter Reynolds moves up to the high side, and Peter DeBorgia gonna force the issue on lap number 1 right through the middle. How about that for an opening lap? Peter DeBorgia makes the pass, slides down to the inside, and DeBorgia sending an early message that he wants to win this race, and he is out in front. Hunter Reynolds trying desperately to get some momentum going, gets it as they cross the start-finish line. Reynolds gonna lead that first lap. Now he slides down to the inside and he begins his way down this long back stretch. These cars wide open and screaming 240 miles an hour before they head off into the corner. So Peter DeBorgia in the 40 with a very aggressive move, now finding himself from the lead to the third car on the inside line. But Randall Cobb not giving up on that battle for the lead as DeBorgia drops down to the yellow line looking for a spot to blend in, and he is going to blend in behind Cody Ober. Fastest lap of the race going to the 63 of Logan Helton so far. Helton serving an EOL penalty, has some work to do. The 21, also one of those drivers serving an end of the line penalty. Les Levy and Gabe Butler all had to drop to the tail. A lot of speed in those cars, so we'll watch them work their way forward as we ride on board with Logan Helton here. Logan giving his teammate just a little kiss in the back bumper as they go 3 wide. Get a good run down the straightaway and tail it off into the corner. DeBorgia, after leading a lap, trying to lead a lap, is going to drop back and front of the pack, getting single file very quickly here. The 53 of Dave Hunt leads the charge in the outside lane, but here comes Holloway and Helton. They are making their way forward. Logan Helton again with another fast lap. Fastest lap of the race, 43.70. Turned by Logan Helton now. And it's only a matter of time with the speed that they are showing that they will be cracking the top 10. So the inside lane getting single file very quickly. Dave Hunt has his teammate Randall Cobb on his back bumper in that outside lane, trying to work its way forward just a little bit, gaining a little bit each lap. Go on board with Batman in the 04 gyro cam shot here just to show the banking here at this iRacing Super Speedway, and it is a mountain of a bank. Stage 1 going to end at the completion of lap 20 here tonight. Driver's going to have about 15 laps of fuel. As Holloway and Helton continue to work forward. Holloway drops down to the inside line, coming up on Alex Green in the 15 machine. Now drops below him, trying to get a draft off the 8 of Cody Ober. As we begin the lap number 8 of our 84 scheduled laps. Keep in mind, we will have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need them. Eric Laurie in the 071 from the rookie class. One car out of shape, very slow, very sideways. Derek Conley in the 28, able to hold on to it. But his momentum is broken and he is falling back very quickly all the way down to 20th spot now. As a few cars are coming onto pit road, so green will flag pit stops for Fuel Sim Racing. Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam from the front of the pack hit pit lane. Jimmy Reynolds and Rick Seabrands on pit road as well. Check in on the 99 of Robert Duvendak. He did get rolling, but he is in need of a caution to get caught back up. He is on the lead lap for the moment, but he does find himself well behind the pack here, as Alex Green takes over the race lead in the 15, but Alex Green not coming down pit road, and we have a big stack up on pit lane. A lot of cars getting in this one. Chris McCullough spinning. Bob Lacavera in trouble. Adam Evans, James Mayer, and this one bringing out the caution flag as they were trying to hit pit lane. See if we can take a look at this once again. Chris McCullough off the wall, catches Eric Laurie. Laurie goes for a spin up onto the track, gets it sorted. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think Chris McCullough was trying to hit pit road. He just bounced off the wall. And ends up spinning. Cody Ober, very fast entry onto pit road, because I don't think Cody Ober wanted to hit pit lane, but being knocked down in there had no choice. Well, that caution going to do well for Robert Duvendak. A couple of these drivers here not going to be too happy, maybe having to burn a fast repair. As they make their way on the pit lane once again, the 15 of Alex Green going to lead this field to its pit stalls. Josh Milam, Logan Helton, Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley, Jimmy Reynolds, drivers who had pitted. going to make their way past this field of drivers who are on pit road. So Logan Helton from the back of the field now scored as the race leader. Not too bad, passing all of everybody in 11 laps. 30 cars out on track, so quite a few cars to have to pass, and Logan Helton got it done very quickly. One of Chris McCullough making his way off of pit road. So first caution of the night coming out. And pit crews being tested. Drivers being tested. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to stack them up side by side, and we're going to have ourselves another racing green flag situation. Butler, Levy, Sebrands, Holloway peel off for pit lane to top off their fuel tanks. So the kid finding himself in familiar territory. The 63 looking for his first lock-in of the playoffs. Did pick up the win in the last race, but an encumbered win. We're not locked into the championship playoffs. We'll take a look at our points right here. Logan Helton, 3 points behind Robert Duvendak. Duvendak, the point leader of all the drivers who have not won a race. We get ready to go green of flag racing once again. The 63 and the 7 both get to the throttle at the same time. Both get a very even start and head for turn number 1. All 30 cars trying to get up to speed. So far, everyone nailing that restart. One hard into the wall. That looked like Dave Hunt in the 53. Dave Hunt making hard contact with the wall, but able to keep going. That 53 heavily damaged. I believe it was damaged earlier before he just got squeezed into the wall. So Hunt able to continue, but going to be well off the pace as he is missing the front clip on that race car. So Milam in the 7, leading the charge on the bottom lane. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Reynolds Rap Machine finding himself leading the outside lane. Tyler Miller in the 24, pushing hard on the 26. Meanwhile, the 28 pushing hard on his teammate. Tyler Miller, a driver for Empire Motorsports. Reynolds, Milam, and Conley from Fuel Sim Racing. And how many times have we seen Fuel Sim Racing out in front season after season? These guys really show what it means to be a team, as we got another car hard into the wall. David Overstreet in the 46 spinning. Robert Payne in the 3 going to collect him. David Booth up in smoke as well. And the yellow flag coming out once again here in stage 1. Booth going to get clipped by Overstreet. Let's take a look at what happened to the 46. Contact going into the corner. And then Robert Payne, with his lane being closed off, go on board with the 3 of Robert Payne. You see the spinning 46. So Overstreet and Payne make their way onto pit road. Let's see if we have any takers to top off their fuel tank. Help set themselves up for stage number 2. Will Weber going to come onto pit road. Zach Fritsch, Bob Lacavera, Mark Vega, Randall Cobb, Sean Stevens, Les Levy, Chris McCullough, Rick Seabrams, Dave Hunt, all making their way onto pit road. David Booth and Robert Payne both down and away. Fast repairs being used by those 2 drivers, I would imagine. Liberty is asking how my weekend is, or was. I got to race my car, finished second in my race, gained some good points for the championship battle. Unfortunately, I did give the win away. Put the wrong setup in the car and went out in my heat race and did not do very well. And then made some good adjustments, got things close to where they should be. Very hard to set things up like that on the fly at the racetrack when you're by yourself. I did have some help with me, but he had never set up a car, so I was having to throw him in the car. I'm 5'10", sometimes 6 foot, depends on the gas station, and he is every bit of 6'5". So the setup didn't quite match the weight of the driver. It had a little bit of it wasn't as good as it could have been. So I'm happy with second, but mad at myself for making a silly mistake like that in the shop. Don't do that very often, but yeah, it's still good. Got to race, washed the car on Sunday and looked her over, and now we begin another week. The green flag going to come out on lap 19. Stage going to end at the completion of lap 20. Liberty Fire saying I need an Alexa to remind me. Problem is I mixed up my left and my right is what really happened. So I'm not sure how Alexa is going to remind you which is left and which is right. So hold on to your hats because we're going to have a 2-lap shootout to end this stage. Hunter Reynolds and Tyler Miller on the front row for the restart. Josh Milam, Peter DeBorgia, Derek Conley, and Logan the Kid Helton for your third row. Pace car gets out of the way. And Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Gonna wait for the right time to stab that throttle, and everyone gets a big wiggle on this restart. Borgia trying to make something happen in the third lane. He's jumped to the outside. Logan Helton gonna go with him. So far, no other takers fully committed, but the 17 does join them. So Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 gonna try the third lane as well. Final lap getting ready to start for the end of stage 1. Derek Conley making a move on his teammate Josh Milam. 3 wide racing for the end of the stage. Third lane falls apart just a little bit. That cost them some time, but they form right back up. They still have a shot at it. The 24 Tyler Miller says, I'll take a little bit of that as well. And now he's got a good run heading off into turn number 3. High, wide, and handsome goes Tyler Miller, but Josh Milam and Derek Conley running door to door for this stage win. Crosby right there pushing hard on the 7. Who's going to have the momentum on this one? Derek Conley charging, but it's not going to be enough contact as they cross the finish line for the stage win. And over goes 24 Tyler Miller. Mark Vega involved, Robert Duvendak involved. And the yellow flag is going to come out. Big stack up and more trouble for the 53 of Dave Hunt. Not what you wanted to see as you cross the start finish line for a stage. Eric Laurie goes for a spin. Alex Green in the 15. Going to get a piece of this. Hunter Reynolds, hard crash into pit lane. Take one more look here. Off the nose of the 7. A whole lot of chaos. Some fast repairs definitely going to have to be burned on that one. Jackson Broadbent checking in from New Zealand. We're going international tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for checking in. Josh Milam in the 7 is your stage winner. So once he makes his way on or off of pit road, we'll see about getting a word in with him. Chris McCullough in the 1 did not come down pit road, so trying to gain some track position. Let's see about getting a word in with the driver of the 7 machine, your stage 1 winner. And that is none other than the 7 of Josh Milam. Josh, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. What's going on, KR?
Man, oh man, you win the stage, but at what cost? Because it looked like, well, it looked like a parking lot there for a moment.
Oh, man. Cost a fast repair. That's what it cost, but it's all good. We got the points, not the way we wanted to get the points, but we're there, and it's been a long time since I've been in the booth, it seems, so glad to be here.
Well, you win stage number 1, and as always, it's not the easiest thing to do here in the Monday night series, but you got it done. What's it like out there on the track? It looks very, very fast here tonight.
Oh, extremely fast. Fastest track we got, but at times your car's tight, at times your car's super loose. You never know. It's a tricky track. Just got to watch who you're racing around and what those cars are doing. You see a lot of accidents happen, and it's just minor slip-ups that cause the accidents. But it's definitely a fun track, a lot of runs here, a lot of speed.
All right, Josh. Well, man, congratulations on the stage win. Any shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, shout out to my buddy Chris. He's watching tonight. I'm not sure if normal guys, Eric and Christina's watching. Shout out to them if they are. And shout out to you guys up in the booth and the squad at FSR.
All right, that is your stage 1 winner, Josh Milam, setting some, well, Liberty said it best, stealing points from guys who need it. As he does have that win, he is already locked in, but it is important to try and get all those points you can. Milam, after topping off the fuel tanks, going to rejoin the field. And we're stacking them up 2 by 2 once again. Chris McCullough, Tyler Miller on the front row. McCullough, who stayed out last time he was on pit lane, was lap 17. So he stays out to take track position. Row 2 will be the 68 of Will Weber and the 28 of Derek Conley. Row 3 will be Logan Helton and the 04 of Mark Mannon. We get ready to go once again. Green flag is back out. Chris McCullough gets a good jump. Tyler Miller and Derek Conley are going to hook up a lot faster than the 68 and the 1. However, Logan Helton pushing hard on Will Weber, so when that train forms up, they're going to have a lot of momentum. And you can see right there, it is working in their favor on the inside of 1 and 2. Will Weber going to jump up to the outside lane. Everyone's scrambling for position there as we begin stage number 2. And Will Weber in the 68 using that move off of turn 2 to carry himself to the race lead. But Chris McCullough says, not so fast. I know how to make that move as well. And he's going to get a shot from Tyler Miller. And McCullough challenging right back for the race lead. David Overstreet and Bob Lacavera have made it back out on track. They are 1 lap down. So 28 cars on the lead lap, 30 cars still on track. As McCullough and Weber gonna hook up on the front stretch. Tyler Miller in the 24 and the 28 of Derek Conley trying to run them down. Eric Laurie in the 071 up in the third lane with Gabe Butler there as well. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine. Third car, second lane. We go on aboard and look out the back of the 17. Alex Green in the 15 trying to close in on him. Alex Green representing ARC Racing. Chris McCullough carrying the flag for the moment for the boys at ARC. Reynolds drops in front of his teammate, Josh Milam, your stage 1 winner. So McCullough in the 1. Out in front, Will Weber from Empire Motorsports in second place. Then it's Buck Wild, the 52 of Randall Cobb. That Gatorade Machine, a nice looking one according to Liberty Fires, and several drivers peeling off for pit road, trying to set the stage for this fuel run. A lot of brakes being locked up. Very difficult to get slowed down here at the iRacing Superspeedway to hit that pit road speed. Logan Helton in the 63 with a big charge down the backstretch. Drops down in front of McCullough. To the race lead he goes, but the 24 Tyler Miller carrying a lot of momentum as well. Tyler Miller not hitting pit road. Logan Helton gonna come down pit lane. Everyone on the binders there hitting pit road speed limit. Tyler Miller now assumes the race lead. Alex Green in second. The 15 gonna peek to the inside, but doesn't have a whole lot of help. Your top 4 are a little bit scattered right here. Mark Vega in the 18, after making his pit stop, is going to be 1 lap down. He is the first car 1 lap down. But Hunter Reynolds and Derek Conley now get past. Gabe Butler in the 88, the next one to fall to this 1 lap down category. Is Alex Green, Chris McCullough hit pit road that time. Tyler Miller and Will Weber decide to stay out. They're going to make their way around the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. So Reynolds now the first car 1 lap down. We are in the middle of a green flag pit stop cycle. You see some cars blending in on the backstretch. Bonus points, whoever takes out the blue cone for me. And extra bonus points if you can have iRacing remove that silly cone. Reynolds getting a little loose off of turn 4 there, but gathers it back in. Miller trying to navigate his way through lap traffic here. This green flag pit stop cycle really has scattered the field this time. Logan Helton, Robert Payne go a lap down. Mark Mann, Cody Ober, Randall Cobb trying to get up to speed here. Chris McCullough in the 1 and Alex Green in the 15 are going to go a lap down as well. Mark Mann and Randall Cobb battle back to get back on the lead lap. This is very important because that caution flag could come out at any time. So you really have got to try and drive as hard as you can to get back on the lead lap during this green flag pit stop cycle. Logan Helton currently scored as the first car 1 lap down, but that changes very quickly as the 24 gets a run down the backstretch. Milam in the 7, going way to the top side. He didn't have any support to build himself some speed, so he's going to have to find somewhere to blend in. The pack is forming up. This is going to end at the completion of lap 40. And we have 3 wide racing action here. Tyler Miller in the 24 is your race leader. The 68 of Will Weber is scored in second. The 52 of Randall Cobb in 14th, and Mark Mann in the 04 is scored in 15th. So our leaders are surrounded by lap traffic. Zach Fritsch in the 12, he is scored in 3rd place. Duvendak in the 99 is 4th. And then rounding out your top 5 in the mix of all of this is the 33 of Jeff Crosby. So Mark Mann and Randall Cobb doing what they need to do to try and stay on the lead lap. Tyler Miller and Will Weber slide down to the inside to tuck in behind those two. And now our top 6 cars going to hit pit road. And Tyler Miller into the binders and into Will Weber. On the binders, got into Will Weber. Let's say it right, KR. Good grief. And that is going to give the lead to the 4 of Rick Sebrands, the 21 of Holloway. Teammates from Alliance Motorsports running 1 and 2 now. The 8 of Cody Ober scored as the first car 1 lap down in a 24th spot. Sebrands and Holloway last on pit road on lap 23. And they are very close on fuel to making it to the end, but not close enough. So they are going to hit pit lane. Les Levy in the 62 shake and bake machine. Going to make his way onto pit road. And all of this is going to cycle back around. 68 and the 24 trying to get up to speed, but it's not going to matter because the caution flag has come out. And we have a crash on the backstretch. Let's look and see what happened here. Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton, Gabe Butler, Chris McCullough all getting together. '63 and the 26 make contact. One more look at this. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Able to get it rolling. Gabe Butler pointed the wrong way. Chris McCullough involved. So 4 cars getting involved in the caution here at the end of stage 2. I believe that is going to be the end of the stage, and I believe the 68 of Will Weber is going to come away with the stage win. I will wait for confirmation from race control, but Will Weber had just made his way off of pit road. So the 68 going to hit pit lane. Going to bring a few cars with him. Derek Conley trying to catch up and hit pit road. So a stage 2 ending on lap 40. We will wait and see what race control has to say, but I do believe it will go to the 68 of Will Weber. And with the in the middle of green flag pit stops, everyone had really kind of gotten scattered. So I am not really sure how it's all going to play out. Pace car on the front stretch, Will Weber halfway down the back stretch. So race control still going through all the information to figure out who the stage winner is. That has to be done manually. They don't have timing and scoring like NASCAR does. But the lights do go out on the pace car. And Gabe Butler in the 88 scored in 20th spot right now. And the lights do go back on the pace car. As happens with iRacing from time to time, especially in the middle of green flag pit stops, the lineup gets messed up. And we don't have a wave around. So your race leader currently being shown as the 99 of Robert Duvendak, Gabe Butler, Robert Payne. They're at the tail end of the lead lap. Zach Fritch in the 12 is in his spot. So Gabe Butler and Robert Payne out of position, affecting the lineup here, but whatever has happened with iRacing has them starting here. Liberty asking a good question. Would I rather get rid of the blue cone or add timing and scoring at the end of the stages? I think I'd rather get rid of that stupid blue cone. But I would take one or the other for sure. I'd take one or the other for sure. So pace car is in this time. Robert Duvendak, your race leader. Gabe Butler and Robert Payne scored in 20th and 21st. Going to start on the inside. Zach Fritch in the 12. In second place. And race control was not able to get through all the hubbub before this caution ended, so we did not get to talk to our stage 2 winner. But from my very unprofessional opinion, it was Will Weber, but the yellow flag coming back out. I believe this one coming out for the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Derek Conley getting involved. Let's see if we can back this up and figure out what happened. And give me just a moment here. Conley shoots up the racetrack, collects Adam Evans, Jimmy Reynolds. Another caution coming out here very quickly in the final stage. And a few undecided drivers. Finally, we got some commitment to pit road. 04 of Mark Mann leading this field as the flagman very aggressively waving that yellow flag to slow this field down again. Well, that being said, guys, I am going to take a quick little break, grab me some flavored water, and I'll be right back after this.
racing. You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Pace cars in as we get ready to go green flag racing once again. Robert Duvendack, Zach Fritsch, back to the throttle we go. Gabe Butler did receive the free pass. He does get back on the lead lap. The 99 and the 12 are going to send this field off into turn number 1. 20 cars are on the lead lap. 30 cars still in this race. All 30 cars who took the green flag still up and rolling. If you remember, the 99 started from pit lane here tonight, and here he is out in front. Zach Fritsch in the 12 already has a race win this season. Robert Duvendack looking for his first win of the season. 7 races, 7 different winners. Only 6 drivers locked into playoff contention. Here comes the 04 of Mark Mann with a huge run on the outside. Logan Helton in the 63 helping push him to the race lead. And Mark Mann slides down in front of Robert Duvendack, and he is going to take over the race lead. As the yellow flag comes out, Adam Evans going for a spin on the coming off the corner. I don't even know what turn we're at, but Evans in trouble. John Stevens getting a piece of that. Jimmy Reynolds getting in trouble. Josh Milam, Robert Payne. Take another look here. The 7 and the 17 already in trouble. Looks like a bad bump by the 28. And Derek Conley going to collect almost all of his teammates with that bad bump. Mark Vega getting a little contact there as Adam Evans spins down, smacks the inside wall. The Mark Mann in the 04 out in front when that caution came out. Mark Mann brings it onto pit road. Duvendack stays out. Zach Fritsch staying out. Will Weber and Jeff Crosby staying out. Everyone else making their way down pit lane. Bob Lacavera in the 5 receives the free pass. He is going to get back on the lead lap. So a war-torn field now going to find itself quickly out of fast repairs. Adam Evans and Sean Stevens have the hood up on their race cars, and they are hammering away furiously trying to get that back into some semblance of aerodynamics to get back into this race. Lights do go out on the pace car. When we take the green flag, there will be 20 cars on the lead lap. Sean Stevens is down and away. His repairs are complete, but Adam Evans still hammering away on that race car. We'll see if he can get back out there, but looking like Adam Evans could very possibly be done racing. His shot at winning the race more than likely is going to go up in smoke, as there are quite a few cars off the lead lap, and Adam Evans still working on his car, and he can't get it out there here before this green flag drops. He is really going to be hurting to try and get back into this race. Robert Duvendak and Zach Fritsch on the front row for this restart. Will Weber and Jeff Crosby, row number 2. This is the 04 of Mark Mann and the 63 of Logan Helton for row number 3. $20 cars on the lead lap, 29 cars on track. Adam Evans still working on his car to round out this 30-car field. We are going to get a extended caution here. iRacing Superspeedway always delivering some intense racing action, and since the start of stage number 2, it's been a struggle to get more than 2 green flag laps in. The junk pile is building up behind pit wall, and a lot of these cars still showing some scars, but some of them are looking right and proper, and one of those being the 99 of Robert Duvendak, your race leader. Dave Hunt in the 53, we saw him have to burn his fast repair earlier in this event. He has recovered very well. He is into the top 10. Going to restart 8th here. Alex Green in the 15 machine right on his inside. Pace car going to make the break for pit lane this time. Robert Duvendak and Zach Fritsch lead this field to the green flag, and away we go. 33 laps remain in this race, and a lot remains on the line as we are at the halfway point for the regular season. 16 races in the regular season. This is race number 8. A lot of spots still available. Mark Mann in the 04 going to go for a spin down the backstretch. He is going to collect Logan Helton. Zach Fritsch involved. Randall Cobb on the binders. Eric Laurie involved in this. Fritsch, Crosby, Tyler Miller. Looks like Jimmy Reynolds getting a piece of it. The yellow flag coming out. Take another look from Alex Green. And Alex able to squeeze through. But another round of torn up race cars. That looked like 3 cars, Crosby, Fritsch, and Mark Mann, all bumped each other at the same time as Mark Mann was coming up in front of Fritsch. So Robert Duvendak going to pit from the race lead. The 5 of Bob Lacavera stayed out. We'll see if he's going to come down pit road next time. The Lacavera received the free pass under the last yellow. And we have some housekeeping to do this time. Adam Evans still on pit road, still working on his race car. The drivers who have gone behind the wall, Cody Ober and Jimmy Reynolds, they have called it a night. All right, so again with the caution here in stage number 3. As I said earlier, it's been a rough start to this stage. Rick Seabrands, James Mayer, Mark Vega looking for the wave around. And Bob Lacavera does stay out, so he is going to try keep that track position he has gained. So with the lights going out on the pace car, your front row is going to be the 5 of Bob Lacavera and the 15 of Alex Green. Row number 2 will be Hunter Reynolds and the 53 of Dave Hunt. And row 3 will be Derek Conley and Robert Duvendak. Eric Laurie in the 071 joining Adam Evans on pit road as they try and hammer out the damage on that 071. Eric Laurie, part of our rookie class. Dustin Barber chiming in, cheering for FSR. Hunter Reynolds carrying the banner for that team right now with Derek Conley right behind him. Josh Milam in the 7, multiple laps down all the way back into 27th spot, and Jimmy Reynolds behind the wall. That rounds out your 4 FSR drivers, but pace car down and in. Bob Lacavera in the 5. Going to stab him some throttle. Spins the tires a little bit, and that's going to be all the brake Alex Green needs. The 15 gets a good launch. Dave Hunt in the 53. Not able to clear the 5 of Bob Lacavera, but Alex Green takes the race lead. So Alex Green down on the yellow line, Hunter Reynolds in the middle, and then Will Weber in the 68 trying to use that third lane. Logan Helton drops down to his inside. Chris McCullough going to try and blend in as well, but Dave Hunt was right there. So now Will Weber in the 68 getting left out in that lane all by himself. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 taking the race lead with help by the 28 of Derek Conley. They slide down in front of the 15 of Alex Green, and now they're going to split up. Buford chiming in, cheering for his bet on black driver. That is Jeff Crosby. Crosby in 14th spot right now. We go on aboard with the Bandit machine. He's tucked in behind the 77 of David Booth. Robert Duvendeck, who restarted up front on this one, has fallen all the way back to 12. Mark Vega falling back in the 18. Mark Vega, the first car 1 lap down. He is battling Les Levy and Sean Stevens to be the first car 1 lap down. So Fuel Sim Racing at the front of this field. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 28 of Derek Conley. Conley now to the inside, Reynolds to the outside. Chris McCullough in the 1. Gives a shot to the 26, and 26 drops down to the inside lane. Chris McCullough now going to try and take the race lead, but washes up just a little bit. We have 26 laps to go in this one. And it has truly become a battle of survival. We will have one more pit stop to finish this one out. David Kelly throwing his support out for the 33 as well. Let me know who you're cheering for. Let me know who you think is going to win as well. I have no idea who's going to win, but I can tell you, you put these FSR guys at the front of the field and they are very hard to get around. And the 26 and the 28 are right where they want to be That is nose to tail as Bob Lacavera going to peel off for pit road. Bob hard on the binders, gets it slowed down. Chris McCullough in the 1. Will Weber in the 68. They are trying to challenge our leaders. Alex Green in the 15, putting together a great run so far here tonight. Slides up behind the Empire Motorsports driver and then decides he's going to go right through the middle. Muscles the 68 out of position. And Alex Green now drafting off the 1 of McCullough. Derek Conley, after missing the race, our last race due to knee surgery, I believe it was, makes his return this week. Finds himself running in second place, and I don't know how much this is hurting his knee, but it can't be too gentle on it. He is gritting this one out for sure. But Derek Conley, one of those kind of guys who, if he can make it here, he is going to race. Now Randall Cobb in the 52, leading that second lane with Logan Helton on his back bumper. "19 cars on the lead lap. 3 cars are either behind the wall or still working on pit lane. Adam Evans still has the hood up on his race car. He has scored in 30th. Jimmy Reynolds and Cody Ober have gone behind the wall. Their night is done. We'll see if Adam Evans is going to try and make it back out there, but Adam Evans going to be one of those drivers who is going to try and pick up the spots that are left hanging by the drivers who are out of the race. So Adam Evans does have the potential right now to make a few more laps and get around Jimmy Reynolds and Cody Ober. But Derek Conley, big wiggle by the 28, scatters that outside lane. Randall Cobb in the 52, going to tuck in behind the 26, gets a quick pull off the 26, jumps to the outside, and now challenges for the race lead, has it by a nose. Here comes the 68 of Will Weber, full head of steam for him. Will Weber, Alex Green, and Gabe Butler in that outside lane. We're coming to 20 laps to go. Now the 26 of Hunter Reynolds has lost his drafting help for the moment, and that pushes Randall Cobb in the 52 out in front. Cobb does not drop down to the inside lane right away, kind of meanders down to the inside. Will Weber in the 68, your race leader. Now Cobb jumps out ahead to the outside lane, and Alex Green in the 15. Using the third lane, gets a little bit of a wiggle there down the front stretch, and Gabe Butler follows him all the way to the wall and then back down, so put Alex Green to the front, Randall Cobb, and then Gabe Butler in the 88. Meanwhile, check in on some cars at the tail end here. The 12 of Zach Fritsch and the 33 of Jeff Crosby at the tail end of this lead pack. The 24 of Tyler Miller just ahead of them, and the 99 of Robert Duvendak. That is your top 15 cars. And then falling back here is the 77 of David Booth. He is in 16th spot. Sean Stevens just ahead of him. And Booth are going to hit pit road this time. Very early pit stop for them to see if they can stretch their fuel to the end of this one. "17 cars on the lead lap. Mark Mann, last car on the lead lap. Mark Mann in a pack with the 4 of Rick Seabrams and the 95 of James Mayer. And we have a lot of cars on pit road. Hunter Reynolds leading this field to a green flag pit stop as we have 17 laps to go. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 has stayed out. Dave Hunt, Gabe Butler, those guys all staying out. So Butler last on pit road 13 laps ago. Still has some fuel in the tank to try and stretch this out, but when will they come? And now is the right time for them. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Leaving pit lane with the 68 of Will Weber on his back bumper. So as they make their way around, we'll see how this plays out. Let's go on aboard with the 26. Peter DeBorgia down and away. And I believe Hunter Reynolds is going to have momentum on his side to make the pass here. You see that pack of cars as they try to get up to speed. This one going to be a blend on the backstretch here. So now Hunter Reynolds and Will Weber sit 1 and 2. The final round of green flag pit stops being completed. Everyone going to have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. Field just a bit spread out because of these green flag pit stops, but it'll only be another lap or two before they all get bunched back up, because here comes the 52 of Randall Cobb with Logan Helton pushing on him. Some tandem drafting moments right here. Josh Milam in the 7. Multiple laps down, trying to catch up to our lead pack here, but some damage on that race car, and I think he is far enough behind that that damage is going to not allow him to close up. But Derek Conley and Daniel Holloway, the 28 and the 21, using that outer lane to work together and make some moves. Holloway drops down to the inside in front of Logan Helton. Alex Green in the 15, serving a speeding penalty. So Alex Green, who was at the front, got caught speeding late here in this race and now is in danger of going a lap down. Green moves down to the inside. Hunter Reynolds makes quick work of the 15. So the 26 and the 28 hook back up. Randall Cobb in the 52, the 68 of Will Weber, then the 15 of Alex Green, the first car 1 lap down. Logan Helton is rounding out your top 5 with Daniel Holloway right behind him. And then it's the 99 of Robert Dubendak trying to make his way around the wounded 7 of Josh Milam. He has Tyler Miller on his back bumper. They clear the 7 and drop down to the inside lane. They are trying to catch this lead pack. We have 12 laps to go. Dubendak and Miller just turned the fastest laps of their race. Fastest lap of the race still does belong to Logan Helton. He turned those earlier on in this race. And now another round of green flag pit stops to top off their tanks to make it through a green-white checkered. Peter DeBorgia in the 40, last on pit road on lap 68 as we are working lap 73. Gabe Butler in the 88 and the 40 of Peter DeBorgia are going to peel off for pit road. And DeBorgia, very aggressive entry on the pit lane. That may have been a little too aggressive. We'll have to wait and see. Now Dave Hunt in the 53 elects to stay out. He is scored as your race leader. Hunt getting the draft off the 15 and the 77, but closes in on them very quickly. He goes and makes it 3 wide, now 2 wide as they clear the 77 of David Booth. Booth, for the moment, the first car 1 lap down. But Dave Hunt not able to clear him. And Peter DeBorgia did get caught speeding. A very big penalty this late in the race. Chris McCullough blends up in front of the race leader, but Dave Hunt at full song makes quick work of the 1 machine. So now Dave Hunt maybe trying to stretch his fuel here. He does have a 40-second lead over Randall Cobb and Will Weber. But he is out in front of the 77 of David Booth, so not able to save as much fuel as he would like. Last time around, he turned a 46.6. His best lap at a 44.25 in the pack. So he is slower. Second place battle here is between Randall Cobb and Derek Conley. Conley has it for the moment. Conley going to get a shot from Will Weber. Able to hold on to it. And this is the battle for second place, nearly a lap behind our race leader. They make their way down the backstretch. Dave Hunt in the 53 coming off of turn number 2. So with 7 laps to go, Dave Hunt going to be very close on fuel. If he is saving fuel, he might just make it. The caution will make, I don't know if a caution comes out. I don't know how that's going to affect Dave Hunt. He'll probably come down pit road and lose all the track position. Everyone would stay out. He is your race leader. He is on the backstretch as these guys hit turns 3 and 4, and a big shot by the 52 to the 28. So the battle for second raging on, 33 seconds behind our race leader. So they are closing in very quickly on him. Five laps to go. That is a gap that is easily managed. This group pushing very hard to try and be in second place. Derek Conley in the 28, sliding down in front of the 68 of Will Weber. And the 68, the 21 are going to get together, and the caution flag is going to come out. And Will Weber going straight to pit road. See if we can figure out what happened. Daniel Holloway, Peter DeBorgia, Robert Dubendak getting involved as well. Back this up properly here and go on board with the 52 of Cobb, and Cobb going to need a new fire suit after that. Two cars spinning in two separate moments right there in front of him. So Dave Hunt in the 53 now has a very difficult decision to make. Now I think he had slowed it down enough that he was going to be able to save enough fuel, but we are going to go into a green and white checkered attempt. It will be our first attempt. We will use two if we need to. Dave Hunt is going to come down pit road. So there's your answer. The caution is going to hurt the 53 of Dave Hunt. And Derek Conley going to cycle to the race lead. So Conley, your race leader. Got a handful of cars between him and the pace car. These drivers all looking for the wave around. Would be a feel-good win for Derek Conley if he can get the win his first race back after having surgery. Crosby in the 33 scored in second. Those two drivers looking for their first win of the season. Zach Fritsch in third has already locked himself into the playoffs with a race win earlier this season. Randall Cobb, Logan Helton going to round out your top five. Those two looking to lock themselves in with a win as well. Some of the lights go out on the pace car. Several cars taking the wave around to get back on the lead lap and rejoin this field at the tail end. Conley going to elect the outside lane for this restart. Crosby will be down on the inside. That is row number one. Row number two for the restart, Zach Fritsch and Randall Cobb in the 52. Then row three will be Logan Helton in the 63 and the 88 of Gabe Butler. We will have 16 cars on the lead lap. Bob Lacavera, Rick Seabrams, James Mayer, 14th, 15th, and 16th. In no particular order because I have Lex Dixia sometimes. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Onto the front stretch, pace car down and away. Crosby, Conley, who's it gonna be? 16 cars left to settle this one out, and the green flag flies and Conley gets a good jump. Looking to make it to the white flag to begin sealing this process of determining a race winner. Crosby in the 33 gets a good run through the bottom of 1 and 2. Now Jeff Crosby taking over the race lead by a big momentum through the bottom of the corner, and Derek Conley trying to charge back in that outside lane. Dave Hunt in the 53 right there trying to use that third lane. And Crosby just wants to see the white flag come out. Zach Fritsch gonna try and take a shot at winning his second race this season. And Crosby going to get to the line. White flag flies. Here we go. Final lap, final time around here at the iRacing Superspeedway Series. Fritsch with one win in hand. Jeff Crosby looking to lock himself into playoff contention. Can he hold this field off? Here comes the one of Chris McCullough. McCullough has a huge run with help from the 63 of Logan Helton. McCullough clears the 33, slides down in front. Now everyone checking up a little bit behind them. And McCullough looking to lead this one coming off of turn number 4. Logan Helton with momentum as McCullough gets crossed up. Logan Helton in the 63 going to cross the start-finish line for the second time in first place, and for the first time locking himself into playoff contention. Chris McCullough finishes in second, and third place going to go to Randall Cobb in the 52. And I forgot to do it, so let's let the Bucks go wild for another podium finish for Randall Cobb. But a huge crash coming to the checkered flag. Chris McCullough in the 1. Big wiggle there. Mark Mann, Zach Fritsch get together. And everyone piling in. Hunter Reynolds entering the NASA space program for the second time tonight. But the 63 of Logan Helton, your race winner. How about that, folks? Logan Helton was a man on a mission tonight to not be deterred, and he is going to lock himself in to the playoffs with that race win. So he picks up the win here at the iRacing Superspeedway. Let's get right into talking with our race winner, Logan the Kid Helton, getting it done here tonight. How you doing, Logan?
Good. Hi, how are you?
I'm just fine and dandy. Probably not as excited as you are.
Oh yeah, that was an exciting win. I wasn't expecting it, especially after that last lap. That's technically 2 in a row, even though the last one got taken away. But yeah, I'm excited.
Well, Logan, that 63 machine showed a lot of grit and determination. You served your EOL penalty at the start of this race, but it only took you 11 laps to be the race leader. And everyone got put on notice with that right there, that you were here to win, and when you did with an outstanding move. Put yourself in the right position coming off of turn number 4 to take that checkered flag. Had a good run, and it was going to be very close, but then the one wiggled a little bit, and you were there to take advantage.
Yeah, first you gotta say thank you so much to Randall Cobb for that awesome push. If it wasn't for that push, I wouldn't have won it. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I was just in the right spot. I was pretty much exactly where I wanted to be. That second lane was just had such a run off the corner. It was a disadvantage in the middle of the corner. You almost wanted to be on the bottom, but I knew if I just got that one right push from the right person, it would have just slingshot me in the lead. And that's what happened. Again, all thanks to Randall for that push.
Well, the 63 did an outstanding job all night long, man. A lot of green flag pit stops, things cycling through, a little bit of craziness in the middle of the race, but here you are on the top step, man. Outstanding job. One more time, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Thank you to you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks to my team at Alliance Motorsports. Thank you to everyone at OP that puts on the races. Thanks to Splash and Go Graphics for this awesome paint scheme, Nexus Esports, and all my friends and family for watching.
Well, nice job, Logan. And once again, congratulations, locking yourself into playoff contention.
Thank you. Let's hope it don't get taken away this time and I got to win again.
I think this one's going to stick, bud.
I think so too. Thank you very much.
All right, that is Logan Helton, your race winner from Alliance Motorsports, getting it done here tonight. Outstanding job by the 63 of Logan Helton. But now let's move on to our second place finisher, and that is the driver of the 1, Chris McCullough. Chris, congratulations on second place, man. Tell us about that last lap.
Ooh, that's a lot of decisions I had to make there. That was a super fun race. Logan had the run there at the end. I had a good run. I noticed that Logan moved up, and I went on the low line to get by him and try to move up, and it worked out. But I just did it a little too soon, because if I would have moved up in 3, he would have just split me. So I tried to side draft out of 4, but I did what I could do. He just had too good of a run.
Well, Chris, that 1 machine has been a front runner, but no wins yet, and had a shot at this one. The second place, though, still got to be a good feeling in what I would call a battle-worn race here. A lot of torn up race cars, but here you are sitting in second.
Yeah, I got to apologize to everybody that when I caused that first wreck. Little karma. I was saying Alex is going to be the first wreck, my teammate, and I called it myself. Just lost a little talent, so I do want to apologize for all that. But yeah, this race was tricky. But this ARC Racing #1 Chevy Camaro was fast, and hopefully we'll go one better next week.
All right, second place, Chris McCullough. Once again, any final shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates, ARC Racing. I got to thank Race Control Cody. That's a tough job. I don't wish that on anybody. And thank to all the drivers out here that deals with me every week. And thank you, KR, for always putting on a good broadcast.
That is Chris McCullough finishing in second place here tonight, representing ARC Racing. Now let's move on to our third place finisher, and that is the 52 of Randall Cobb. And Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing, you put it on the final step of the podium. Another top 3 finish for this 52 machine.
Hey, KR, yeah, thanks, man. That was a heck of a race. Definitely some white knuckle racing there at the end, and some awesome racing. I love racing here. Definitely a good a good change from our typical Daytona, Talladega races. Adds a whole new dynamic. You've raced here, you know how it is. A lot of guys don't like it, but I enjoy it and have a good time here.
I do enjoy running this track as well. It does make you get up on the wheel, makes you be a driver, and those are the kind of tracks I like, and really lets you know what you got behind the wheel. And this 52 has a solid finish, so you can hang your hat on that one. And man, what a race it was. Tell us about how this 52 was up front all night long.
Well, I don't know, man. You just qualified up front, and I feel very confident here. I got in a few accidents and used my fast repairs, kind of saved the first one, and just kind of put myself in position there. And I really liked that second line. I had a huge run coming off, coming down the back stretch there, and kind of took it 3 wide, and Logan was there in front of me and gave him a couple really good shots. I like running around Logan because he's always usually pretty pretty steady and a good guy to race around, and just like a lot of these other guys. But it was a great race. I just really enjoy it.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Definitely to UKR for promoting our league so well, and my teammates here at Buck Wild Racing, and friends and family, and the Josh Milam and Derek Connolly. They got a tough job here with all these guys, keeping them straight, and I hear it week in and week out, and it'd be tough to handle, but those guys do a great job and keep the league running, and I definitely appreciate it.
All right, that is Randall Cobb, your third place finisher here tonight from Buck Wild Racing. Once again, Randall, congratulations.
Thanks, Taylor. Have a good night.
Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, iRacing Superspeedway did not fail to deliver once again. Let's look at our finishing results here tonight. Picking up the win, locking himself into playoff contention, Logan Helton in the 63. Chris McCullough finishing second. Randall Cobb rounding out your podium. Jeffrey Crosby finishing in fourth in his best finish of the season. Mark Mann rounds out your top 5. Derek Conley, Dave Hunt, Zach Fritch, Gabe Butler, and Daniel Holloway in 10th. 11th goes to Robert Duvendak. 12th, Alex Green. 13th, James Mayer. Rick Seabrands, 14th. And 15th going to Bob Lacavera. In 16th place will be Tyler Miller. Mark Vega, 17th. 18th goes to David Overstreet. 19th, Les Levy. 20th place, Hunter Reynolds. Robert Payne, 21st. 22nd, Sean Stevens. 23rd, David Booth. Peter DeBorgia finishing in 24th. And Will Weber in 25th. And then in the final 5 spots going to be Eric Laurie, Josh Milam, Jimmy Reynolds, Cody Ober, and Adam Evans. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, the halfway point done and over with. The chances of locking yourself into playoff contention start getting smaller and smaller with each week from here on out. Race number 9 coming up next Monday night. If you're not doing anything Wednesday night, please make sure you join me as we go to the Grand National Series for OP Racing. That will be live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And I will also be doing a special broadcast on Friday night for a charity event in the ARCA cars. If I remember correctly, that one is going to be at Michigan. So I hope y'all will join me Friday night as well. So for now, I want to say thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.